everyone, and welcome back to Bacon. Also, welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. We're going into the last chapter of Waltz's route. Oh no! When I enter the room, Mother is the first person I see. She is sitting so regally on the throne, but as I draw closer, I notice how pale she has become since the last time I saw her. My gaze shifts to Waltz, who is kneeling beside her like a loyal servant, a rope of light binding him in place. Waltz. Lucette, you shouldn't have come here. You knew she was coming, don't even play. Mother flicks her wrist, tightening Waltz's bounds. I mean, yeah, he was still gonna be mad at her for coming, but, you know. Hush now. Yes, ma'am. My mind is racing as I desperately try to conjure a plan. If Waltz has yet to escape, it must be because his bindings are stopping him from using his magic. If I can just break Mother's concentration, perhaps I can free him, but how do I do that? A terrible pain travels through my chest and makes my heart throb. I put a hand to my chest and grimace. It feels as if some part of me has been suddenly severed. This feeling. Could it be that the shield I built around the palace has been destroyed? Oh, it seems like we have visitors. Uh-oh. Visitors? Uh-oh. Our friends have arrived! The door flies open and Parfait suddenly walks in, face stern. Dolores strides in beside her. I know that they haven't really changed the artwork. I mean, they didn't for, say, the mother lady, Hilda, but she actually genuinely looks like she's getting sick to me, or that she is sick, rather. But I don't know if maybe that was just like they actually took the time to add those deepening lines under her eyes, or if I'm just crazy. Why are you here? Everyone outside is safe. Garland, Jurian, and Karma are doing their best to evacuate them to their homes. They will be safer there. Are you sure about that? I don't think they're really safe anywhere, to be honest. And then there's you. You did a very foolish thing, striding in here on your own. Ah, how sad. I had expected there to be more reinforcements, but it's just you two. We don't need an army to stop you, Hilda. Mother's lips curl into a tight frown. Bold words. But might I remind you that I am the one with the hostage. If I see any of you move a finger, I will end this boy's life. Mother turns to me once again and snickers. And I'm pretty sure my daughter here wouldn't like that, would you, love? My eyes meet Waltz. He shakes his head at me, eyes gleaming with insistence. No doubt he'd want me to put myself over him, but I came here to save him. No matter how much I try to think myself out of this, it seems impossible. In the end, I am still weak. I am still useless. Now where were we? Lucette, don't do what she says. The rest of Dolores' words become muffled when Mother flicks her wrist and causes a glass wall to rise between us. Hilda! Dolores' voice sounds as if it is echoing from far away. Quiet. Parfait holds up her hand and magic begins to sparkle at her fingertips. Before she can form any sort of spell, Mother twirls her fingers and tightens Waltz's magic bindings. Waltz cries out in pain as he collapses to the floor. Waltz! Hilda, please stop this. Parfait approaches the glass wall and places a palm on top of it. Are you not growing tired of this, Hilda? The humans have already suffered so much for what they have done in the past. Is that still not enough? Parfait, you have no right to tell her how to feel, or when to forgive, or how far is too far, etc., considering you are such a big reason all this happened. You were right there, Parfait, and you not only allowed it to happen, you encouraged it. Do not play. Humans are fickle creatures, and that's why they cannot be trusted. Nothing can ever change how I perceive them anymore, Faye. There is a shadow of sadness on Mother's face, but it is only momentary. I cherished the humans, even respected them, yet they destroyed my kind out of fear for some silly story. If it had not been for the human bard, it would never have come to this. And you, Parfait, and you. Hans already paid dearly for his mistakes when a witch murdered him. But you know just as well as I that he was trying to mend his mistakes. Mother stomps her foot on the floor with a scowl. His death has changed nothing. Hilda. Silence, Faye. You will never understand the feeling of being feared and hated. Mother turns to me again, her eyes cold. What's funny is I'm actually reading a comic right now where that's exactly what's going on with fairies, is that they're feared and hated. And I don't know. Just felt like I mentioned that. Mother turns to me again, her eyes cold. Now, are you ready to return what is rightfully mine, Lucette? I look at Parfait and Delora, then at Waltz. I cannot give my powers back to Mother, not when I know what she will do once she is the Cinderella bearer again. But I cannot let her kill Waltz either. If these fools here had not changed you, I would have no qualms about letting you remain the Cinderella bearer. I raised you to be the perfect queen. All that I did to prepare you for the crown. Mother knows best. Oh gosh, now that song's in my head. Mother? We are not Rapunzel and Mother Gothel. That's it. If I can pretend that I am on her side, then maybe I can buy enough time to save Waltz. Maybe Parfait will come up with an idea. I glance at Waltz. My heart aches when our gazes meet once again. Forgive me, Waltz, but this is the only plan I have right now. I take a deep breath as I face Mother once again. You are right. I should have listened to you. I want to go back to the way we were, Mother. What are you doing? Lucette. I ignore Waltz and Dolores' voices and focus only on Mother. You have always been right, Mother. I remember the disdained looks the people gave me earlier. Even after I saved everyone, they still wished I would die. I was so scared. Yes, now you see. I only wanted to protect you from those cruel humans, my daughter. You kept me away from everyone. I was alone. I am sorry, Mother. I am really sorry. I am sorry, but you need to go back to sleep forever. Only then do I realize that I am crying. Not because I need her forgiveness, but because there is no helping her. The only way to help my mother is to make her disappear. She cannot be saved anymore. I just wanted to be loved and accepted. Mother stands up from the throne and slowly walks toward me, her arms spread. And in my arms you will always be. Lucette, the Marchant accepted you for who you are. No. You were all forced to accept me because you knew what would happen if I stayed the way I was. You were afraid that I would end up like Mother. Lucette, you were right. I am like my mother. We are related by blood, after all. You were right, Lucette. You were sweet and perfect and wonderfully obedient, as any daughter ought to be. I was blinded by the Marchant's lies once, but I now realize that no one loves me as you do, Mother. Lucette, the pain in Waltz's voice is unbearable, but I do not look at him. I do not flinch away when Mother stops in front of me and wraps her arms around me. Gone is the warmth I thought I felt whenever she hugged me. Right now, Mother's embrace is as cold as ice. Will you still accept me, Mother? Of course, Lucette. When Mother pulls back, the smile on her face is bright and beautiful. This is how I remember her. Filled with love for me. I knew you would return to me. There are so many things I have planned for the two of us, but you need to prove yourself worthy of my love and trust once more. What? Mother's eyes gleam. Prove to me that you choose me, my darling. Mother turns around and gestures to Waltz. Kill the traitor. My heart sinks. This wasn't part of the plan. Oh no! What should I do now? To be fair, if I was an evil queen, I'd probably do that too to make her prove her worth back to me, or whatever. I also probably wouldn't immediately trust her or hug her like that because, you don't know what they have up their sleeves. I would have said all of this from the throne with a good distance between the two of us. If I were an evil queen. I know that one offensive spell, but I do not want to hurt Waltz. But you haven't perfected it yet, but what you can do is enough to hurt and paralyze your enemy for a short time. I can pretend to cast it on Waltz and direct it at Mother. Waltz told me before that it is impossible to cast two shields at the same time. Mother already has one shield up, so she cannot cast another shield on herself unless she dispels the first. But with the two of us being so close, I am likely to hurt myself as well. I close my eyes, mind set. This is not the time to worry about myself. I just have to hope that this opening is big enough to give everyone the opportunity that they need. For you, Mother, I will do anything. I extend my hand and allow the energy to gather in my fingertips. At least make some distance between the two of you and walk a little bit closer to him or something. Impressive that you were able to learn this deadly and painful magic in such a short span of time. This spell will be befitting end for the traitor. Impressive that you were able to learn this deadly and painful magic in such a short span of time. This spell will be a befitting end for the traitor. Lucette, don't. Parfait attempts to break down the glass wall separating us with the spell, but it only cracks the surface. By the time you destroy that wall, it'll be too late, Faye. You can't do this, Lucette. Laura has now joined Parfait in trying to destroy the wall that Mother has built. I think it's funny, considering that they all were trying to trust her so much, and that they acted like they trusted her so much, but they fully believe it is just this easy for her to betray them all and kill Waltz. I ignore them and focus back on my spell until I feel the familiar current of energy pulsate in my arms. It is ready. Now say goodbye to that traitor. Goodbye. I hold up my hands to Mother just as I release the energy. Mother. I do not give Mother any time to react. The electricity crackles in the air just as the spell makes contact with her body. Because we are so close to each other, I too feel the impact of the electricity as it trickles through me. I collapse on the ground, tears in my eyes. It hurts so much. Owies. Lucette. How could you do this, Lucette? Easy. It's called rebellion. I am a teenager still. I blink away my tears to see Mother lying on the floor opposite me, her face filled with rage as she looks at me. Out the corner of my eyes, I notice that the glass wall has disappeared and Waltz is already on his way toward me. The bindings made of light are gone. Waltz lifts me up and then moves to one of the corners of the room. The sensation of pain spreading throughout my body is like being pricked with hundreds of needles. Ew. I was electrocuted when I was a kid once. There was an outlet and there didn't seem like there was anything wrong with it. And I don't know why. I remember that there was a reason when I was a kid, but I don't remember what the reason was. But I decided to poke my finger against the outlet out of curiosity. And I got caught there. Like, it actually electrocuted me. I could not move my body. Everything was stiff. And no matter how hard I struggled, I couldn't force myself away from the outlet. It released me after only a second, but it felt more like it was like 10 minutes. It was crazy. Being electrocuted is not fun. Not even for a short while. Waltz tucks my hair back, his features crease with worry. Parfait walks to where Mother is and casts a binding spell around her while Delora rushes to my side. That was a dangerous stunt you pulled, Lucette. It was the only thing I could think of. I blink away tears as I feel another fit of pain. This is all I could manage. Lucette, hang in there. I look at Parfait with pleading eyes. Parfait, please end this. Please save Mother from herself. Parfait slowly stands and walks toward Mother. I was the only one who truly loved you, Lucette. Yet you did this to me. Do you really think these fools cared about you as much as I did? No, you were wrong. I had people who loved me, but you took them away from me. I refuse to let you steal away any more of them. Parfait stretches out her hand. Her whole body begins to emit a soft glow. I wish it didn't have to end this way, Hildur. You are making a big mistake protecting the humans who destroyed my kind, Faye. You are no different than those humans, Hildur. Violence does not beget more violence. Wait a minute. Okay. I can feel the tears on my cheeks as I look at Mother's still form. Lucette, you don't have to see this. But Waltz puts a hand over my eyes, blinding me. You've already seen enough darkness. I can feel an explosion of energy around me. A chilling current runs through the air, carrying Mother's scream to my ears. A soft energy begins to flow through my body. Mother's power from the Tenebrarum. Mother is gone. When Waltz draws his hand away, and I am able to glance at where Mother was just moments ago, there is nothing but specks of silver dust. Parfait stands over the ashes, crying. I am so sorry. Another shockwave of pain courses through my body. This time I feel it attack my consciousness. I feel myself fading away. Lucette, let me sleep, just for a little while. Aww. One day you will become a queen, my love. Just like Mother? Yes, just like me. Will you be there when I become queen? Of course. I will always be by your side. Forever? Forever. I love you, Mother. I love you too, Lucette. She probably, if all this hadn't happened, she wouldn't have had Lucette, but she probably would have made a really cute mom before she went crazy. Cute little witch mom. Okay, gonna save. Okay. When I open my eyes, the first thing I see is Waltz. He's leaning over me, anxiety clearly etched onto his face. Waltz? Thank goodness you're finally awake. I slowly inspect my surroundings, only to realize that I am back in my old room at the March-In. I try to remember how I got there, but my memories are hazy. What happened? You passed out and have been sleeping for 3 days. 3 days? I push myself up on the bed and wince. My body is unusually heavy. Waltz places his hands on my shoulders and gently eases me back onto the pillows. You're still weak. You need to rest more. I close my eyes and try to remember what happened. That's right. I was trying to save Waltz from Mother. Parfait and Delora came to save us, and then it is over. I open my eyes and stare at Waltz. Right? Waltz reaches for my hand, smiling as he gently squeezes it. Yes. My vision blurs as tears begin to sting my eyes. I hope Mother is in a better place now, a place where she doesn't have to suffer anymore. Waltz leans over and kisses my forehead. I'm sure she is. Waltz begins to fill me in on the details of everything that transpired after I passed out. Alcaster was officially declared dead. At first there was a commotion as the people considered what Mother would do now that she wore the crown. Their worries only stopped when they found out Mother was truly gone. Fritz was locked up on account of being a possible danger to everyone. Everyone has been waiting for a verdict from me to decide what to do with him. I fall asleep not long after Waltz's explanation. When I open my eyes again, I am alone in my room. I shiver as I sit up, head foggy. I rub my hands over my arms in an attempt to will away some of the cold. Something feels off. I slowly step out of bed and begin to head for the door. Before I even lay my hand on the knob, the door opens on its own. Oh, you're finally awake. Parfait. I don't think you should be up and about right now. You should still be resting. Parfait leads me back to the bed. How are you feeling? I look at Parfait's face and realize how paper white her skin has become. Yeah, she hasn't changed much, so I think that was just me being crazy before. It just seemed like she was looking more sickly. The circles under her eyes are even darker than they were before, but again, it would have been nice if they had adjusted the art to reflect what's being said. Tired, but I will be fine. Not to say that I don't appreciate what effort they did put into the game, because there's clearly been a lot of effort. But you do not look well. I will be fine. I wanted to talk to you today if you're feeling up to listening. What is this all about? I wanted to apologize for forcing you to shoulder the heavy burden caused by our mistakes, both Hilder's and mine. Back then, I did not have the heart to stop Hilder. If I had only defeated her, then none of this would have happened. Parfait reaches out and cups my face in her hands. Your dedication and kindness saved us all, Lucette. The future will be brighter with you as the Tenebrarum's bearer. But what if I become corrupted by the darkness? What if... Parfait places a finger on my lips and smiles. No, you are different, Lucette. Unlike Hilder, you are surrounded by people who love you. Those people are filled with light, light that will drive away whatever darkness invades your heart. Did Hilder really not have any friends besides Parfait? I'm starting to wonder now. And if that's the case, I feel kind of bad for her in that regard because Parfait failed big time. Oh boy. That's why I know you'll be alright. Parfait smiles at me gently. It is a beautiful, shining smile, one that glows bright even as I begin to notice that the rest of Parfait's body is fading. Uh-oh. Parfait, your body is... Parfait's smile becomes melancholy. I thought I would start to disappear soon. My heart aches as I hold tight to Parfait's arm with shaking hands. What are you saying? Fairies and witches do not age physically and live longer, but that does not mean we are perfectly immortal. The body can only take so much damage before it finally withers away. But you can't disappear. You said before you had no heir. Because that is what I wanted everyone to believe. Don't worry, Lucette. When I'm gone, one of my relatives will take over the responsibility of bearer. Tears well up in my eyes as I stare at Parfait. I have already lost too many people, Parfait. I cannot lose you too. We were going to work together to bring back balance between the crystals. I don't know what stranger will be the next bearer, and I don't know if I'm even gonna like them. We might not get along, Parfait. You still have so much to teach me. I'm sorry, Lucette. I would have loved to stay with you a bit longer, but my time here is up. It's a good thing she came to her room when she did. Considering she could have disappeared without a word to Lucette, unfortunately. Extremely lucky coincidence. Parfait continues to grow more translucent even as my hands slip through her arms. I try to reach for her again, but I can no longer touch her. Parfait. I already said my farewells to everyone else earlier. You're the last and most important person I must say goodbye to. Thank you for putting everything to rest, Lucette. Parfait closes her eyes, her lips still curl into a gentle smile even as she begins to fade into pure light. Parfait, no! I reach for her again. When I pull my hands back, they are covered in golden dust. The gentle dust floats in the air before me where Parfait was moments ago. I wonder how much that could go for. Be strong and be kind, Lucette. And please, don't sell my ashes, which are now glitter dust. A few days after Parfait's passing, I went back to my training. My goal was to expel everyone's fairy tale curses once and for all. After more than a week of intensive training with Waltz and Delora, I am able to completely dispel the fairy tale curse from the Crystallum Tenebrarum. Now the fairy tale curse is non-existent and cannot be cast again in Angiel. This is only one of the first steps I take in dismantling all of the damage Mother has done, but it is a step forward. And now with that done, I feel it is time to return to the palace. As the only blood heir to the throne, I have a responsibility to uphold and a promise to fulfill. Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline returned to the palace a couple of days ago. Jurian and Garland went with them so that they could act as security. Fritz has been pardoned and now resumes his duties at the palace, only he is no longer my personal knight. I opted to stay behind so I could spend one last day with everyone in the tavern. Now, as I stand here in the tavern, I realize how many friends I have made over the last few months. I never thought I would be so sad to part from all of these people, but now that everything is back to normal, we have no reason to stay in the marching together day in and out. Anise, are you sure you do not want to try working in the palace again? You would make a wonderful royal chef. Thank you so much for the offer, Princess, but as much as I love to cook, I think I'd prefer working with medicine. I would like to train under Chevalier, so I can one day become a doctor. His name is Chevalier? Chevalier? His name's Chevy? Oh no. I look at Rumple. Chevalier, Chev, as he flashes a smile at me. When his curse was dispelled, he remembered his real name, Chev. It had been difficult to get used to. Not only that, but his personality has mellowed somewhat. Take good care of Anise. But of course. I hope next time we meet you will not try to flirt with me. Chev snorts and crosses his arms, but I see a hint of mischief as he smiles. I'll try my best, though I make no promise. Boy! I roll my eyes at him and he responds with an easy laugh. I too am soon laughing along with him. Ah, a laughing princess. What a sight for sore eyes. This will definitely take some getting used to. I scowl at him. Seeing you in men's clothes will take some getting used to as well. Well, try your best not to fall for my handsome face. Right. So what are you planning to do? Karma looks away and rubs the back of his neck. Well, I'll go back to my kingdom and hope that I don't find my name on a gravestone. Either way, I have a lot of explaining to do. Laura, where will you go now? Well, for starters, I plan on talking to all the good witches I know who are still in hiding. I'm sure they'll be happy to know that they can finally come back to Angiel. They'll be even happier to know we have a capable bearer. My heart sinks as I remember Parfait. If she were still here, she would be talking about how we both need to do our best to maintain the balance between the crystals. What if I fail at being a capable bearer? Impossible, especially with Waltz there by your side. Oh, but speaking of which, where is Waltz? All of us glanced around at the circle. He left so quietly, none of us had even realized. I'll go look for him. I'm actually gonna, I don't know how much time is left in this. I hate to do it, especially if the next video is gonna be kind of short, but I do need to go ahead and end things for today. I'm kind of on a time crunch for once. So, we're gonna stop things there for right now. And if it is kind of short, then I'll just go ahead and, get through the intro part with Rumple. And that way we can at least start Rumple's route if the next one turns out to be shorter than even I expected. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Bacon, and this has been Cinderella Phenomenon, Waltz's route. We're going to finish it off next time. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you like me, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that lovely stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.